and welcome to NASCAR America Overtime. I'm Steve Letarte with the mayor, Jeff Burton, Hall of Famer Dale Jarrett. Gentlemen, I think it's time for a little Q&A. You guys ready for this?
I don't know.
Have you studied? Have you studied is the real question. All right, so this is it. First question. It's the start of July. We're heading into a brand new month. What driver is going to turn heads in the month of July at the Cup level?
All right, so for me, turning heads means that they necessarily haven't been so far. That's the way I would answer that. So I got to say Kevin Harvick, because I'm starting to see that four-car run in the front. I'm starting to see him lead laps. They have speed unloading off the trailer, starting to look more like the Kevin Harvick team we've seen over the several years. So I'll go with Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the young guy, William Byron. I actually think he's going to win Daytona, and I think that's just going to be the start of a really good month for him.
I'm going to say Jimmie Johnson, and I'm going to say it for this reason. No matter how they run, he's going to turn heads. If they start running better, everybody's going to say, look, Jimmy's back. And if they don't run any good and he falls out of playoff contention, everybody goes, my head's turning. Where's Jimmie Johnson?
Fair.
So I think Jimmie Johnson could go either way. All right, second question. True or false? I always loved these when I took tests because I had a 50% chance of getting it right.
Yeah.
This really helped my GPA as a student. Will Clint Bowyer be inside the top 16 at the end of July?
Goodness, he's on a free fall right now.
I'm telling you, parachute's not opening.
No, it's hard to stop that. You know, whenever things start happening. But when I look behind him, you know, Eric Jones to me is really the only person that might get there. And they seem to be prone to a few mistakes along the way. So I'm going to give Bowyer the benefit of the doubt and say, yes, he will be.
All right, so I'm going to jump in, and before you get to go, because I'm going to agree with DJ, for the same reason, really. Not because I think he's going to move up. When you say in, I'm going to say 16th. I'm going to say barely in, unless Eric Jones or somebody can get a new winner, just because I don't think they can get outrun from the guys behind them. Where are you at, Bert?
My logic is the same as DJ's.
Yeah.
I think that there's not enough pressure from behind, and I think there's enough people in front that I look at and I say Clint can outrun them. So I think he will be. I think he will be top 16.
Well, then, if everything goes right, Ryan Newman will win Daytona. We'll all be wrong, and he'll be outside. But I agree. I know where you guys stand. All right, third question. Currently, number one in the NBC Power Rankings is Martin Truex Jr. That's what they think. He's the most, the hottest hand in the series. Mm-hmm. Who will it be after we go through this summer month of July? Remember, we already got Daytona, we got Kentucky, we got New Hampshire, and we got Pocono.
You haven't gone first yet, so why don't you go first?
So I don't think it's going to change. I actually, when I look at those, once we get through Daytona, I might change at Daytona, but when we come out of there, when we go Kentucky, New Hampshire, Pocono, I still look at Martin Truex Jr. actually over Kyle Busch. I think it's especially New Hampshire, Pocono back-to-back, I think he's going to be very good at both those tracks.
Yeah, he's going to be very good, but I think Kyle Busch is going to be a little bit better and will overtake him in those power rankings.
This side of the table is in agreement, and that side of the table doesn't agree with us. I think Martin Truex Jr. I think the pendulum has swung. I think that Martin Truex Jr. and that team are the best team at Gibbs by a little bit. Mm-hmm. But Kyle Busch and his team aren't going to lay over and just let that happen. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a fascinating battle. I just think Martin and his team, they're new at Gibbs too. They're already here. I think there's even more room for them to grow.
Yeah, and I think that's my reasoning behind picking Kyle Busch and Adam Stevens, that they're going to get up on it and say, we can't let this happen. This has gone far enough right now.
Well, I can assure all three of us that if Chicago is any sort of indication, we're all wrong, because both Martin Truex and Kyle Busch were not good at Chicago, but that was last week. We have stuff to come. All right, no more Cup questions. See how well you studied on Saturday. Xfinity Series, Big Three. Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell. I mean, they're dominant. You name it, they're dominant. They even beat Joey Logano at Chicago.
Yeah.
So, which one of those three are going to have the most wins in the month of July? They will run Daytona, Kentucky, New Hampshire. Difference, though, they don't go to Pocono, they go to Iowa. So you're looking at two short tracks, New Hampshire and Iowa, Daytona, Kentucky. What says you, Mr. Burton?
So the reason you gave, two short tracks and a super speedway, Christopher Bell. I think the Gibbs short track cars are better than their competition. I think Daytona, it could go either way. So I'm going to go with Christopher Bell.
I'm going to side with Christopher Bell as well, and here's why. Walking into Chicagoland, Tyler Reddick. That's all you heard. He's going to run the top. He's going to whip everybody. It's all Tyler Reddick's race. Cole Custer was the best car. But I think Christopher Bell should have been the third by a distance. That was not the case. He got better the whole race. He ran the top the whole race. I see Christopher Bell. I spoke to him actually during qualifying, and he was calm, calculated, admitted weakness. I like when a race car driver is willing to say, I'm going to go work on this and this and this. So I think Christopher Bell's getting ready to have a big month.
Yeah, he's going to have a big month. But I think that Cole Custer's going to go toe-to-toe with him. So I think that maybe at Daytona, Cole Custer has a little better opportunity to outshine him there. And for that reason.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Ford. That's my
Oh,
whole thing.
boy.
Yeah. Doug Yates horsepower.
There you go. I thought that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, I'm with you. It was either going to be 4 letters or 5. It was going to be Ford or Yates, but it was coming either way.
Yes.
I can't disagree. I can't disagree. All right, well, this one's a great one to talk about because the correct answer is there's never a bad trophy. So let's just get that out of the way. So assuming there's never a bad trophy, what is the better trophy? Do you want the Kentucky Jukebox or do you want the Big Lobster from Loudon?
Well, being from the South, that's only one answer there, and that's the jukebox. That's by far and away. I mean, it is really a cool trophy up against anything else that is out there. All of them are great, but I really like that jukebox.
So I'm going to take the jukebox, but here's why. My dad built race cars for fishermen my entire life growing up, and we all know as racers go, they're not great at paying their bills. So there's a lot of fresh lobster. We had lobster every Wednesday night, so I hate it. I can't eat it. No crustaceans for me. I'm taking the jukebox as well. I'll listen to my jukebox eating a steak because no more lobster.
I mean, you guys know me. I just like to disagree, so I'm gonna go with the lobster. I won a few races in New Hampshire, and they didn't give lobsters then. That wasn't part of the deal. Denny Hamlin, he would go with the jukebox for sure. He has that fear of lobsters, but I'm not in that same position. I think I'd go for lobster.
I might send some to Denny Hamlin just to get the reaction.
I like how he put that. I won a few races. He didn't bother to mention that he led every single lap of one of those.
Yeah, I mean, he led more
in a lot of those.
He led more laps in that one race than most people did in their whole career.
Absolutely.
So, well, there you have it. A lot of odd questions with some great answers. Weeknights, 5 o'clock, NASCAR America. Tune in.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.